What's up guys, I'm Uriel Soto, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to design a single product page using Elementor Pro and a few other plugins. Now this is a product page that we're going to be creating here. And this is how it looks like on mobile, just so then you guys know that it's completely mobile optimized. There we go, perfect. Now, before you go ahead and start watching this video, I honestly highly suggest you watch my other video where I go over how to create this product shop page. And that's only because I feel like you're not really going to understand some of the things that we go through on this video, because I do go over advanced custom fields on my product shop tutorial. So I highly suggest you watch that video first before you continue on to build your single product page. Now I'll go ahead and try to link that video somewhere around here so you guys can watch that before you guys get started on the single product page. Now, if you do end up enjoying this video and you do get a lot of value out of it, make sure to squash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. It definitely helps me out a lot. And I do have a Patreon in case you want to go ahead and support the channel and support me as a creator. I'll try to link that somewhere around here. Now that's pretty much it for this intro. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. So let's begin. Now, before I get into building the product page, I wanted to go over the design on Adobe XD, just so then you're familiar with what we're building. So this is a design here that I made on Adobe XD. This one is for our desktop version. This is our tablet version, and this is our mobile version here. Now, there are a few key things that we might not be able to do on Elementor or on WordPress. Like, for instance, this gallery right here, we might have this at the bottom instead. Now, maybe in the future, we can add some custom JavaScript to do that. But just for this video, just to simplify it, I'm not really going to go into that and just make this easy for you as possible. So I just wanted to show you how it's going to end up looking like. I'll go ahead and just kind of zoom in here so that you can really see how it looks like. And that's going to be just our general mock-up that we're going to try to build on Elementor here. And it's going to end up coming out really good, and I hope you guys really do enjoy it. So let's go ahead and begin building the product page. So for those of you that have been following along, in the last video, we ended up building our shop page. And I did want to go ahead and show you guys some of the issues that you might be having just in case, and some of the fixes that I ended up doing. So I wanted to go ahead and add this page here to my home page. And as you can tell, when I'm on my home page, I get this issue here. So it's a really simple fix. What we actually need to do is go into your Elementor and then go into the watch product design loop. And this is the one where we had the single product here, and you'll see what I mean, this one here. So all we need to do, and this will help us in the future, so make sure you definitely do this to your product here. So go into the add to cart, and what we want to do on our advanced, go into Custom Css, and just go ahead and remove .woocommerce. And this is just so then it doesn't go ahead and affect our other pages. And you just need to remove this. So just make sure you do this, because we are going to need to do this in the future. Because I don't want it to affect our product page. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and remove this now. Just keep that in mind in case you're having that issue where you have this this quantity show up, or it's actually not showing up on your product design. So now if we go in here, you'll notice that we don't have it there, and we also shouldn't have it on our homepage either. So let's fix there as well. Alrighty. So that's perfect. I just wanted to show you guys that, just for those of you that have been following along. Just go ahead and remove that. Okay, so let's go ahead and actually begin here. So go into your dashboard, and then we're gonna want to go into templates, and we're gonna go into theme builder, and then we're gonna click on add new. And you know what? Before I even start doing this, let's go ahead and go to my products, and I'm just going to add some extra images to my gallery for my product here. So on my silver watch, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I add these images to my gallery here. And you can just click on add products to gallery and just add them. I will have these down in the description just so that you can use them. They don't even look like the watch, but To be honest, I couldn't really find any other images that look like this watch exactly. So I just started to grab some random images just so then we can have the gallery. But I'm sure if you're building something else, you can just go ahead and remove those. I would actually, you know what? I might just remove this one because that one doesn't go at all. So I'll at least try to make it somewhat similar, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and just have these two right here, and then I'm just gonna click update here. Perfect. All right. So from here, we're gonna go into templates and then theme builder, and then go ahead and click on add new. And then from here, we just want to go ahead and select our single product. Here we go, single product. And we're going to call this our product page. Now we do have a shop page, which we just created, and this one will be called our product page. So go ahead and click on create template. Now real quick, I'm just going to go ahead and open my design here on my other panel, on my other screen that I have here. Just so then you know what I'm looking at here. I'm looking at my Adobe XD on this side of the screen, and on this side I'm building the website on Elementor. Okay, so once you're on here, go ahead and just exit out of this. We're not going to be using a template. We're going to build this from scratch, and that's always a lot better. So from the looks of it, we're going to go ahead and add a section. And we're going to go ahead and add 2 columns. Perfect. And then I'm going to start to drag some of my elements. So the first one that we're going to go ahead and grab is going to be our product images. And we're just going to drag that in there. Now don't worry, we're going to go ahead and fix the sizing on this. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and add our content on this side. So we can go ahead and just add our ratings, and we can go ahead and grab our product rating here. But the issue is with this, it's not going to show up on any of our products unless we actually go and have someone add some ratings. So for now, I'm just going to go ahead and add some fake stars. I guess that's what you want to call them. They're just placeholder stars for now. So I'm going to type in stars. And let's see what we find here. Star rating. So just go ahead and add that in there. And it's right at the top here. And we're going to go ahead and change that right now. So from here, what I want to do next is I want to go ahead and change my entire background to black. That's kind of what we're going with here. So go into your settings. Here at the bottom left, click on this gear icon. And then go into style. And then our background type, we want to just make that black, completely black. And that's perfect. All right. So now let's go ahead and give some spacing from the top. So make sure you click on your section, go into advanced. And from the looks of it, we're going to do about 50 from the top and 50 from the bottom. Now that might change later on, depending on how that looks. I don't know exactly yet. You know what? Let's do 100 actually. So 100 from the top and 100 from the bottom from our section. Alrighty. So from here, we want to go ahead and click on our stars. Go into style, and we want to change the color of our stars. So let's change it to white. And let's go ahead and make them a little bit bigger, and let's space them out a bit. I have it about this size here. That'll be perfect. And then before we keep going, I want to go ahead and shrink my images here. I'm going to click on this. I'm going to exit out of this. Let me go right click it and then edit product images. That'll be easier. And then from here, there's no really, they don't really give you an option to shrink this, which is kind of a bummer. So we have to go into advanced and add some custom CSS. So I got some CSS that I'm just going to copy and paste. I'm going to grab this CSS here. I'll have this down in the description so you guys can go ahead and use this for your product image as well. And this is kind of a workaround just in case your image is pretty big, which it should be. So you might have that issue as well. So there's a few things that we're going to have to do. Now, I did want to show you guys just in case you are having this issue and maybe you have a different product you are able to shrink your images as well just by doing it within the WordPress customizer settings. So let me go ahead and view this and just show you how this looks like right now. Let me go to one of my shops here. I probably have to go ahead and set this to a product. So I'm going to go into display, set this to my products, and click save. And then it's not going to look the best. We still got to customize the product image a little bit more. We're probably going to move this more to the side. But anyway, so you can go to customize. Now this just isn't working for me. I don't know why. So if you guys want to let me know down in the comments if you guys know the reason. But whenever I go to my product images for WooCommerce, and I did already set these up. I set them actually to 150 and 150 for the width. And for some reason, it still didn't shrink mine. I even did custom on here as well, and and I ended up just changing, because I know this one's the width and this one's the height, so I ended up actually adjusting this, and I didn't see much of a difference whenever I was adjusting mine. So let's say I go to 2 and then I go to 1. As you can tell, it doesn't really adjust at all. So that's kind of the reasoning I'm having, and these as well. So I was trying to have these at least at like 150 each for my width and height, but it didn't make too much of a difference. It actually didn't make any difference at all. But I did want to show you guys, just in case you're like, oh, you know, Uriel, why didn't you just go into your customizer and just adjust the sizing of the images? Well, that's why, because it doesn't work for me. But if you guys do have a solution for that, let me know. If you guys, maybe this will work if you guys are doing a different product. I don't know. Usually I would just suggest making sure that all your images are the same size. But just for right now, for the workaround, we're going to be doing this way. So I'm going to go back to my product, but I did just want to explain that, and I didn't just want to go ahead and continue to show you guys what to do, because sometimes you do have those issues, and I just want to go over those scenarios. So for me, what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to actually add some margins to the right and left, or maybe some padding actually. We'll add some margins to the right and left. So from the left side, I think we can do 50, and then from the right side, maybe do 20. We can do a little more. Let's see. Actually, you know what? Let's move more to the side here. Now the thing about this that you'll see that it won't adjust for some odd reason, and you will see that. So let me do 20 here, and from the left, let's do at least 40. And let's see how this works out. There we go. So for some odd reason, I know Elementor, or I don't know, I wouldn't say it's Elementor, but maybe it is. It glitches out like that, where it doesn't really show you how it's supposed to actually look. So usually I just refresh it. So this is kind of where I want it at. This is fine with me. So like I said, if your images are adjusted properly, what you can do is if you upload the right image size, what you can do is just move this over to the side, and then your images should be looking good here. And you can just remove the padding that I added, and then you can also remove the custom CSS that I added for it. But I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it how I started it. So I think that's fine, and I kind of suggest you guys do the same as well. Hopefully this isn't too confusing. This is more advanced for people that are just trying to create their own custom shop. So hopefully you guys are getting a good understanding of this. Okay, now let's go ahead and just continue on here. Now for some reason, I can't see my product, but that's fine. I'm just gonna go ahead and start adding the rest of my content here. And let me just pull up XD here. So now we just need to go ahead and add our breadcrumbs. Grab that down there. And let me make sure that's set to the right font. We want that always set to play. There we go, perfect. Now I'm gonna leave it how it is. The sizing is actually fine. I'm gonna leave it as is. I don't know the exact sizing, so you know what? Let me just adjust this just so that you know. I think it's about 15. Let me do about 15. And I'm gonna remove the spacing at the bottom there. For some reason it comes with default spacing there. I'm gonna just go ahead and do some negative. And I'm probably gonna bring this a little bit closer to the star. So I'm gonna click on the star here. I'm going to advanced, and then from my bottom, I'm just gonna do a negative until it gets pretty close to it. I think that's about 5. So maybe do about 15 from the bottom. Do about negative 15. And then now we're gonna add our title here. So just gonna go ahead and grab our product title. So let's go ahead and add our styling to our title here. So I'm gonna make that white. I'm gonna make the font play. And for this size, I'm gonna do about 30. And I might adjust this later on. And I'm gonna make this bold. So let's go to make that bold. There we go. Okay. And let's go ahead and add our price here. Go into your elements and let's add our I can't find my price. I'm gonna type it in. Oh, it's right here. All right. Let's go ahead and make this make it white. Make the product cell white just in case as well. Let's go to my advanced. I'm gonna remove the spacing from the bottom. Do about 15. Or make the text bigger here. I don't want it much bigger than my title here, so I'm gonna probably maybe do 40 instead. Oh, that's huge. 35 might work. Now I might adjust that later on. So, and let's kind of make this a little bit bigger there. Actually, about 25. That will work. All right. And then let's go ahead and add our short description. There we go. Let's make that white. Now, did I make this the right font? I don't think I chose the right font for this. So you make sure that's set to play. I'm gonna make that bold as well. And now let's make sure our font here for our short description is also set to play. Perfect. All right, now the spacing is fine. Don't worry about the spacing. I think it's good for now. That works. And now let's go ahead and add our advanced custom fields here. So we have our watch measurements and our model. So I'm gonna go ahead and just grab a title here. I can do it from the title. Okay, so from here, we're gonna go into dynamic tags and we're gonna go and choose our ACF field. There's the advanced custom fields there. And we're just going to choose the ones that we had before. So size and design, the ones that we've been using on our product. So we're going to go into style. We're going to make that white. And I'm going to do play here. And yeah, make sure it's set to 600. That's kind of the weight that I want it at. And this looks pretty good as well. So I might have it, see, about 18 is fine. Might even have this one set to 18 as well. I like to have the same size. I think that works too. So 18 and 18, that works. Then I'm gonna go and duplicate this one. And I'm basically just gonna change the data. So it's gonna be set to model. And there we go. Okay, so now it's looking good there. Now this is where we add our button. And that's where it gets kind of interesting, because we will come across some issues here. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab our add to cart button. And you will notice off the bat, we don't really have our quantity box. We're gonna fix that right now. So, but before that, let's go and adjust our button. So I'm gonna make the text should be black, and the background color is gonna be white. And my font here is going to be set to play. And we're gonna go ahead and set it to maybe 600. Let's see how that works. I think bold is gonna be a lot better. Let's set that. And let's make our border radius set to 100. And let's go ahead and add some spacing to our button here. So from the top, we can do about 15 and, sorry, from the bottom 15 and from the top 15 as well. And then from each side, we can do about maybe 30. It's probably gonna be more than that. Let's do 50. Might have to be 10 actually. And we might want to make text a little bit bigger. And let's go to make the transform. Let's make everything capitalized. That's better actually. That's a lot better. I wanna make it close to my product buttons that I've been using. So let me go in and actually go to my shop page and just take a look at these. Okay, so right now they're set to 600, I can tell. So let me go and set those to 600 here. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that they're the exact size. So I'm gonna go to my loop. And I'm gonna actually see if I can just, let me just, so it's set to 60 and 10. I was pretty close to that. Yes, I was pretty close. It's just set to 60 and 10. And my font size 2600 play. So just one more. Yeah, it was very close. 2600 play. All right, perfect. So from here, let's go and add some spacing from the top. So go to advance. And maybe a little more. Let's do about 30 from the top. All right. Now we just have that dilemma where our quantity box isn't showing. So what we need to do is just add some custom CSS to have it show. So click on your add to cart button. Go into your custom CSS here on advanced. And we're going to go ahead and paste this CSS code, which I will have that down in the description so you guys can go ahead and grab that. This is for my font, and this is my add to cart button here. So basically, we're just saying that we want our quantity box to display. We had a display none for our other for our shop. So now you can tell it's displaying, and there we have it. Now, if we go to the shop, it shouldn't affect it. Yeah, so it didn't. Here we go. And this is all looking good too. And if you do remember in the beginning, whenever we were editing our button, I did have you guys remove this Woocommerce, CSS class to our loop here. And that's very important that you do that if it's not working. So if you guys are having the issue where it's not showing up, it's still not working, go into the beginning of the video and you guys can fix that issue. Alrighty. So I do kind of want to customize my my quantity box here. So let's see what I can do with it. So maybe I can set my background color. So kind of a low, maybe even a black, and set my text color to white and add a white border to this. That's not that bad either. So I think I kind of like that. And we can make our button. We can make our, we can also do play as well. And let's kind of make that one bold for sure. We can see it better. There we go. Now see if we can set the padding on that one. If we do a negative here, nope. Yeah, so I'm just gonna leave it as is for now. I think that's fine. We'll take a look. I might make it a little bit bigger though. So what I might do is just make it a little bit bigger, and then I'll go ahead and just add some spacing from the top and the bottom. There we go. Then I'm going to go ahead and click update, and I'll take a look at how that looks. Okay. You know, that's not looking too bad. It's pretty good there. Alrighty. Now from here, we want to go ahead and add our secure checkout badges, which is just going to be our credit cards that we accept. So what we need to do first here is go into your elements, and then go ahead and look for our intersection, and go ahead and add an intersection right under our add to cart button. And go ahead and move this one over a bit here. And then we're going to go ahead and add our title here. So grab a heading, add it in here, call it secure checkout. We're going to make that white. And we're going to go ahead and leave that at 600 for now. And we're going to do the font of play. And we'll set this about to 25. We might adjust this, just letting you know. And let's go ahead and add our credit cards. So what I'm going to do is instead of doing a bunch of icons here and having them all next to each other, I'm just going to do an icon list, and I'm going to remove the text. So I'm going to go into here, I'm going to remove all of these, and I'm just going to remove this text. And then on the icon, I'm going to go ahead and my first one is going to be my stripe. Sorry, let's see if I can get stripe. There we go, stripe. And then the next one here. Now I will adjust these. Let me duplicate that one. And let's go ahead and do a PayPal, because we are going to set PayPal. There we go. Make sure it's that one that we're using there. And the next one was going to be Visa. And don't worry, we're going to fix all that right now. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and do MasterCard. And the last one is going to be Express. This one's a little bit difficult to find because you can't just type in American Express. I think I'm just going to type in CC and it should come up. So CC, and then here we go. CC Amex. Amex Express. Okay, there we go. All right, so now we just need to go ahead and have these in line. So have them in the same line. What we need to do here is set it to inline. There we go. And then the icon color, we're going to set it to white. And we're going to go and adjust the sizing of these. And we're going to remove the spacing because it's not all of it, but we're going to remove some spacing a bit. Actually, let's remove all of it, to be honest, if we can. There we go. Let's just set that to 0. I think that's a lot better. And then I'm just going to set it to a gray color here. Just copying my color from XD. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go into my icon list, and my icon color is going to be this one here. It's going to be a grayish color. Okay, so I think that works perfectly. And hopefully you guys can see that there. If not, I'll zoom in. So it's 6A, 6A, 6A for the gray color. Alrighty, and now we just need to go ahead and add a box around this here. So click on your column, go into style, go into border, and we're going to go ahead and add a solid border, actually a dash border. We're going to make it white. And we're going to go ahead and add some edges. We're going to do about either 5 or 10. So we'll do a border radius of 10. Yeah, that works actually. Yeah, so dash is definitely the way to go. And we're going to probably make this about let's see here. So it's going to be between between 1 or 2. I'll leave it at that. I think 2 is fine. Okay, so let's just give this some spacing here. So click on your section, go to advanced, and from the top, let's just bring it down a bit. Now, I would like to bring it down the same amount as the other ones, so do about 22. Let's do 25. I think that's going to be perfect. Yeah, 25 will work. So now let's add some inner padding in this. So click on your column, go to advanced, and in here we can add some padding to this. So on the left, let's see if we can just do it all around, and then we can adjust it properly. Actually, all around is perfect. So let's do 15 all around, and let's bring this down a bit here. Now we do have that issue here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the spacing from the right. I'm going to set that to 0 so I can set it up properly. Let's see if that can work. Okay, there we go. And there we have it. All right, that seems pretty good to me. Let's go and update this. All right, so that's looking pretty good. I like how that looks. Maybe we can make this text bold instead, so it pops out a little more. And maybe we can shrink it a bit. I don't know if we want to shrink our icons a bit more as well. Kind of like how they are, to be honest. Let's see. I'm gonna leave it how it was. We just probably need to adjust this a little more. And maybe we can make our text a little bit bigger here. All right, let's do 22. I know, sometimes I just like to make some adjustments. Okay, I think that's looking pretty perfect. I meant to zoom. Whenever I do that, I kind of mean to zoom out of or zoom in on XD. Okay. That's looking pretty good there. Now, let's make sure, let's see. This is, let's try to set this to 1280. Or we might even set it to, actually, let's set this to 1200 instead. This one's going to be a little bit shorter just because of my product image issue that we have there. So now let's go ahead and just check it out on one of our products. And it's not looking too bad there. We might actually shrink this a little more, but it all fits. There we go. So that's better. That's a lot better. All right, so now from here, we need to go ahead and add our description here and our reviews. So this one, I'm not really sure how I'm going to leave this one. It might look a little bit different than how it looks on our XD design, or I might make it similar right now. So I'm still thinking of how I'm going to set this one up, but I think I have a good idea. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and add a section here. And let's grab our product data tabs. Could be somewhere around here. Product data tabs. There we go. There we go. So currently, it's not really that bad, to be honest. We can set up the background for these. We can even change the background of these panels here. I do have some custom CSS for this, so I'm gonna try it out and then I might change it up. So, and if anything, I'll just give you the custom CSS that we end up with. So my product data tab, so this one right here is the one I'm gonna grab. And I believe this is the last one, the last CSS on the list, but we might add another one. So go ahead and make sure you're selected your product data tabs, go to advanced, go to custom CSS and paste it in there. We probably just need to make sure these are fixed. Let's see on hover. So these are set to yellow, as you can tell whenever I remove this. You see how the button changes? So that those are the the changes that we made. Okay, so now let's go ahead and set our product data tabs. So go to your style. On your tabs, let's see here. Maybe make the text on these tabs. We're probably gonna make them white, and then on the background, we're gonna make these a little bit gray here. Now, probably the one that's active is this one that's gonna be more gray, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove that, and then I'm gonna remove this border. I really don't need a border, so I'm gonna set my border here. Let's see. And I do want a border at the bottom, so actually, you know what, that makes sense to have that there. I might leave it like that. Let's make our active here. My background color is gonna be at least a more gray. And then let's go ahead and make sure our text is set to white completely. Panel, heading white, everything is white there. So I could set it up like that. Or I could just remove the background from here. Then go to active and just go ahead and remove this background. Make it, let's see here, just make it black. I could have it this way. Just depends on what you guys think is cleaner. This is just a way that you guys can do it as well. I feel like this does go more with the website for sure. So I'm thinking of either this style. So I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate this one. Or this style right here. So, which is kind of the one I had before. Oops, let me go ahead and actually, I'm gonna remove this border, to be honest. I'm not really gonna use this border. If I can just set it all the way down and remove it. And then my background color is actually gonna be a gray. Not too much of a gray, but just a lighter gray, just like that. Then I'll remove this background color as well here. And that's kind of what I kind of want to have it at. Maybe a little bit more gray here. And that pops out at least. There's a difference. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at this and then gotta see which one I would like to use instead. Now I do, for some reason, I do like this one a lot better. But I also like this one, so it's a hard choice for these, to be honest. I just feel like this one does go a lot with the website. But I just like how this one stands out, you know? So I'm gonna go ahead and actually add a background to my entire page here. And I'm gonna see how it looks like with my background. So let's go into settings, style, and I know that we set this to black, but I'm gonna go ahead and grab this one. And I did want to see how this would look. So Now what we need to do is just make this background a little darker. So I'm going to add some custom CSS, go into advanced, and then go ahead and paste, go ahead and grab this custom CSS. I'll have it down at the bottom. It's going to be called overlay, and it's going to have a z index of 2. And just go ahead and copy and paste that. All right, so right now we don't see a change. So what we need to do is basically just add this CSS ID, or this CSS class to each section. So go to advanced, and on your CSS class, go ahead and paste the overlay. And paste the overlay there on this section as well. So click on the section, go to advanced, and paste overlay on the CSS classes. All right, so as you can tell now it's darker. There's a difference from this at the bottom to this, but you won't even see the part at the bottom anyway. And let's make sure that our background here, let's go back to our settings style, and let's make sure this is set to cover. That's perfect there. And let's click on update, and let's take a look at how this looks here. Okay, so let's go to shop. And let's go and click on this one because that's the one we're working on. And there we go. So, I mean, it's up to you whether you want to show this or not. If you want to have this background, if you think it's better off without it, it's completely up to you. I kind of like it, so I might end up leaving it. Or I might just make it a little bit darker. I'm thinking of making it a lot darker, so bear with me here. I'm just going to go to style, go to background overlay. You can kind of see how I make it darker. So I just kind of move this over here. Now this isn't the one I'm using. I'm going to go ahead and remove this and make sure this is turned off there. And then I'm going to go, now that I have that color that I just want, I'm going to go back to my style, my settings of my style, and I'm going to go ahead and set this one up here. So that's better. Yeah, that's a lot better. I'm going to leave it at that one instead. All right, that's perfect, I think. Yeah, that will work. I'm going to leave it at that. You guys can make it white. You guys can make it black completely and just remove that. That works too, depending on how you guys want to set that up. I'm going to go to remove this over here a bit. I notice this is a little off. Okay. All right, so that's looking good there. And about this one, so let's go to remove this background that we have here for our active. There we go. So just set that to default, and we can remove the background there. Now, I might just remove this one. Let's see how that looks. Okay. So it's up to you which style you want to do. Maybe you want to use the other one and just have a background of completely black. You can do that as well. I'm going to use this one for now. I think that's fine. And then from here, I'm going to go ahead and add my related products. So this one will be a little bit different. Let me show you what will happen if we just add the regular related products here. So I'm going to add a section here. I'm going to do one column. And I want some spacing here. I'm going to go back to my elements. And over here where it says related products, see, product related. So if I move this over, you will notice that it definitely does not look like how it's supposed to. So we're just going to go ahead and grab our loop that we've been using, and we're going to paste it in here. So go into your shop. It's very easy. Just go ahead and edit your shop here. Go into product archive. And we're pretty much just going to grab our product archive from here. So we're just going to copy this. Oops, definitely not delete it, but you get the point. Just go ahead and copy this. And then go in here and paste it right into your section. And there you have it. Now we just need to go ahead and add our CSS class. So I'm going to grab this overlay here. And let's paste this on our class. There we go. And now it's looking a lot better. And then we're going to add a title to this. So I'm going to grab this one here. I'm going to copy it and I'm just going to paste it. Instead of creating a new one, then I'm going to drag it up here. And then I'm going to go ahead and type in related products. All right, and we're obviously going to make this a little bit bigger. Do about 30, should be fine. And we're going to give it some spacing. So from the bottom, do about 20. There we go. Now you will notice that this, for some reason, our tabs here are not set to the same font. So we're gonna fix that right now, and we might even adjust this. You know what? Let's make this 25 instead. Nah, 30. I don't know yet. Until we set this the right font, I can really tell what size it should be. At least something close to this size. Okay, so all right, so that's looking pretty good. Let me add some spacing at the bottom here. So click on this section from the bottom. Let's do some padding of about 100 from the bottom. There we go. Now you want to do padding for the bottom, not margin, because we want the background overlay that we added to be showing. There we go. So from here, I think that's looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and just set this up here. Go to your shop page, just so then we don't have that issue where we're getting there we go. So yeah, as you can tell earlier, we had the description and reviews on the same tab. So now that's set up properly, and these are set to yellow, which is perfect. And the spacing is all right on that. So let's go ahead and let's go to customize here, and we just need to go ahead and add some custom CSS for our font, and we'll go ahead and fix that really quick. So just make sure you're looking at that. Go to additional CSS. I'm gonna go over here, grab my CSS here, and it's gonna be this one right here, site font. I'll have this down in the description so you guys can copy that. Hopefully you guys don't get confused with all these CSS codes. Okay, so as you can tell now, we ended up changing the font there. As you can tell, there's a difference. And that's all looking good. Perfect. Okay, so now what I might do instead is this one right here. I'm gonna maybe make it 600 instead of bold. Oops. I mean 500, 600, they're all the same anyway, to be honest. I think that's looking pretty good. I might give it a little more spacing just because I feel like it needs some more spacing from the top here. So maybe we can do about, let's do about 50. Yeah, maybe 30. All right, so that's looking good there. We can go ahead and add our product now. As you can tell, gets added. Perfect. We can adjust our tabs. It's looking good too. Okay. That's looking good there. Oh, we just need to go ahead and fix this on mobile. So go to inspect. And we can start to take a look at how this is going to look on mobile. As you can tell, there are some pretty big issues there. We have this spacing here that we'll fix. We'll fix that. Okay. So let's go back to our product page here. Let's go to tablet. So on the tablet mode, we're probably going to want to move this over. And the product, I'm thinking of just setting it to full width, but you know what? I might just move it over here a bit. So on tablet, I'm just going to probably remove the margins that we added here. And then I'm going to go ahead and just move this over a bit. I'm going to do this one first. So let's set this to 50. I'm thinking 50 and 50. But it might not be that great if I set it to 50-50. So I think I'm going to set it to 40-60. Let's do 40-60. Maybe that won't be that bad. And then let's go ahead and move this one over a bit. Go to layout and let's just make this a lot bigger. There we go. Don't really care about this one anyway. It doesn't really matter as long as that's working fine. And we're gonna leave the same font. We're gonna leave the same font size. And this is good for mobile. Sorry, for tablet. That's good. And this is looking pretty good too. It's not bad. This one we'd have to go and fix on our loop here, but I'm just gonna leave it as is. I don't think it's that bad. I'm gonna add some spacing though. I think spacing from the right here. I'm gonna do the same thing for this one. So I'm gonna go into my column, and then from the right, this one's gonna be padding. And sorry, it's gonna be from our right here. Let's do about 10 for this one. And for these, I want to do about maybe 10 as well on each side. I was more thinking 20, so I might do 20 instead. And you know what? 10 is actually better. Let's go and do 10. 10 on this side. This one might be 20, I'm thinking. And we might have some padding from the top here still, so. But let's go ahead and just see how it looks like on the edges. Yeah, so let's do 20 for this one instead. And then let's go ahead and just do from the top, maybe we can do 20 as well. Okay. Honestly, when it comes to mobile 10, when it comes to, when it comes to tablet and mobile, I usually don't have that much spacing, to be honest. There we go. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and see how that looks. We might have to fix some stuff here, as you can tell. So let's go to our shop, because we can't really tell until we actually take a look at a product. So we need to fix this a little more. Okay, so that was still set to, that wasn't even tablet yet. So we'll probably have some spacing on desktop for this. Maybe we'll try to extend this at a certain size. So you can tell whenever it goes past this, we might have to add some custom CSS for that. That's always an issue. But for now, let's go see how mobile looks like. So mobile starts, tablet starts right here. So this is tablet. It's not that bad. That's fine. In the looks of it, I need to have some spacing to the left side, so I might move it all over a bit. The spacing here on the side is fine. This is all looking good except for that part. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the spacing that I added on this side. I'm gonna actually add it from the section. And from the top, let's do about 50 instead, because I feel like I usually don't add that much spacing, like I mentioned, to tablet and mobile. And then from the side, on each side we'll do 20. And we'll see how that looks on here. Just space this out a bit. Lining up with this, it's looking good here. That's honestly looking pretty good. Okay, and then we need to fix mobile. So before we fix mobile, let's go ahead and fix the other issue that we're having. So right now, you can tell it's looking good here, looks good here. So it gets to about this spot right here. And we have some issues on this side as well. So from desktop, I'm gonna add maybe some spacing on this side. I'm gonna go into here, and from each side, I'm gonna do 20. I mean, it's not really gonna be that noticeable. I'm probably gonna do it on here as well. Oops. 20 and 20. And let's make sure that this is set to 1200, which we've been doing, but I think I might set it to something else instead, since we're doing 20 on each side. That's 40, so it should at least be Should be at least let's see, 1160. This one should be set to 1160 as well, since we're doing on each side. And let's go ahead and save this, and let's see. Hopefully that looks better. Okay, so that is better. This is looking good too. This is the only issue that we have here. Okay. Let's go ahead and just shrink this a little more. And this part, it gets to mobile already, and it's perfect there. Okay. So that tends to happen at size. At size 1188. At 1188 is maybe when we want it to go to mobile. You could do that, or we could just extend it a little more. We could just give it some more spacing here. I know it's not going to look the best, but I'm going to go ahead and just center everything. So I'm going to line and make sure everything's set to the middle and set this one to the center. Let's see. And maybe I could center this as well. So sets to the center. Let me set this one at least. What if I set this to the center as well? Oh no, that does not look good at all. So let's to the right, and let's go ahead and just move this back here. I could just give this some more spacing, to be quite honest. And then from the left side here, let's go ahead and just give this some more spacing. Let's do 20 maybe. Or we can do 30. Oop, definitely not. Let's do 20. 25. That's good, and then we'll space this out a bit, give it some more spacing. See how it does here. All right. Yeah, we can give it a little more. It looks of it. There we go. That still looks good, as you can tell. And then we're gonna shrink this, shrink this, shrink this. So it still happens at around now it's 1140. So let's see what we can do here. Well, let's see if I can just set some CSS to this, actually. I could just do a width of a certain size. It's a column width. So what we could do, go ahead and click on your column, go into CSS, and I should have checked the right sizing for that. Like it's 1133. So at 1133. So let's do a selector. Let's do our curly brackets here. And let's go do actually before that, let's do a media, because that's the one we wanted to activate. It's going to be a media only screen and we're going to do here brackets there. Let's do a max width, because it's whenever it gets lower. So when it reaches a certain point, max width of 11, I think we saw 1133 pixels. And we're going to do some curly brackets here. And we're going to do a selector. And we're going to do more curly brackets. And we're going to do a width. Not a max width, but just a width. A width of 11. Sorry, a width of maybe, because right now it's set to 50. Let's do, that's 50%. Does it kind of work? Let's do a 60. What if we set this to 100 just to see if it actually works? Because to be honest, I'm not really quite sure if it's even working. Okay, so it is working here. Okay, so we know that it's working, but we just need to go ahead and set it to the right size because I kind of don't like that. So I already set it. You can tell at a certain size, it gets bigger. So let's go ahead and just maybe make that 70. That's fine until it reaches a certain size, you can tell. So, but we don't really need it to be that big. Yeah, we don't need it to be that much. So we can maybe set this to like 40 or something. Let's see, even 50. Let's do 40. Let's see how 40 looks. I think I did have it at 50 already, but I wasn't sure if it was even working because I think it did actually messed up at a certain size. Yeah, you see there. So it's gonna probably have to be 50 from the looks of it. But you know what? Oops. It's also affecting it on tablet as well. So we're gonna have to fix that. It's fine until it reaches that. Let's do 50. At least until it reaches tablet, it's pretty much what I'm waiting for. So we're gonna do 55 here. We're so close for it to reach tablet mode, but let's do 60 then. Honestly, I'm just gonna leave it at 60 and just kind of go from there. I know that the spacing isn't that perfect, but usually a lot of people don't really go to a tablet that often, so you shouldn't have that much issues with it, to be honest. Okay, so it's already set, as you can tell. But we still have that issue on tablet, so what I'm gonna do is we're gonna set another one. So I'm gonna have to set another one here from tablet, and it's just gonna have to be its own size. So I'm gonna copy this one, and I'm gonna see what size when it turns to tablet mode. So, I mean, I should know, but I don't know off the top of my head, to be honest. So it's 1022. Okay, so 1022. So 1022 will maybe set this to 70 or something. Now we just need to go ahead and do that there. We need to maybe extend this a bit. So we're gonna set it to 80 instead. Just so that it all fits perfectly. Let me go ahead and click on this again. Go into advanced, custom CSS, it's 80. Now that's that one, that's set. Let me go into this one. I'd set it to 100, so whenever it reaches this size here, because now that we added it, now we need to go ahead and add this to pretty much everything else. So this will be 100. I'm not quite sure on the size of that, so let me go ahead and check it out real quick. So I'm gonna go into my site settings. It should be in layout, I believe, and then we go in breakpoints, and tablet is 1025, mobile is 768. So now I'm going to go back here. And don't worry, we're going to fix those other issues as well. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this one. And I'm going to do 768. And just to be accurate here, I'm going to do 725 for this one. Now let's go ahead and just fix this because we have some spacing here that we need to fix. So go ahead and click on your section. Go into advanced and go and remove the padding that we have here. We're going to add padding to the top. We're going to do about 50 from the top. And maybe about 30 from the bottom. Yeah, about that. And then on each side, we'll do about 10. We can actually do 20. I feel like 20 is better. It's barely any space. And just make sure that we have no padding here on any of these sides here. That's perfect. I'm going to go ahead and add some spacing in the product here. So I'm maybe going to do 10 from the top, or you can even do 20. I think 10 is fine. Yep, 10 is fine. And now we just need to go ahead and fix this issue here. Okay, so that seems to be good. No worry, we'll check this out. Things aren't aligning properly later on. So let's go ahead and fix this here. We just need to make our icons smaller. That should be fine. The font we can definitely make the title font a little bit smaller. We can do maybe 25. And then this size of the price, we can set it to like 15. Definitely not 15. Let's do 20 instead. And our description here, we can set it to 15. It's up to you what size that you want to do that, but I'm going to do 15. On screens, it's usually larger, so it's fine there. That works. And we can set this title here to something a little bit smaller. 25. Ooh, definitely not 25. Let's do 20. And let's set this one to about 20 here. Okay. And we can go ahead and set these up here as well. I'm going to probably change the size of these on mobile, but let's check this out first before I do that. That'll probably be the last thing I do for you guys, and then that'll be the end of the video. Okay, so now that's looking good on mobile here on tablet. So let's go ahead and move on to mobile because I know it's 760 something for our product. Let's go and go to our home page here and let's view one of our products here. It would normally be about 760 starts around here, but yeah, we need to add some spacing here as well. Products that's fine. We need to maybe make this a little bit smaller. I don't know if it's just my screen or if there's something in it. There's really an issue there. So let me go ahead and make this a little bit smaller here. I don't think we've added. No, we haven't added custom Css to that. So maybe we can add something here from the left side, from the right and left side. Let's see if I remove this CSS. No, it's fine actually. Okay, so okay, so that kind of fixed the issue. There looks to be looking good now. Yeah, okay.
Usually, I mean, phone sizes are around this size right here, so I think it should be fine. So we should be good there. That's looking pretty good. I just want to adjust the sizing of this, but we can do that right now. Now, before I get done with this video here, I'm going to go and click on this watch here, and you will notice that the cell box here or circle is green. So we want to go ahead and fix that right now. So just go in here. It's really quick actually. Make sure let me go into desktop so you know what I'm looking at. Click on your product gallery there, product image, and then I'm gonna grab the CSS that I have for it. So it's gonna be product sale, I believe, or is it on sale here? I'll have this for you down in the description. Just copy this and then paste this right in your advanced CSS for your product image, and should be good to go. So now if I go ahead and click on this product down here, you notice that we have our own sale. And just try to make sure that it's the same sizing as this one. I did adjust that later on. Just letting you guys know. Okay. So now real quick here, we need to go ahead and adjust the sizing of these. So it's really easy. Let's go into here. I actually don't have the custom CSS, but I'm going to make it real quick because I totally forgot. And I'll just link that down in the description. So go ahead. And let's go to mobile so we can go ahead and take a look at this and we know how it looks like. And I'm going to click on this because I totally forgot what the sizing was. I think it was 768. I'm going to grab this actually, just so that I can skip that part of writing that down. So I'm going to click on this on my product data. I'm going to go into advanced, go into custom CSS. We already have some custom CSS. It's fine. I'm going to go ahead and add this in here. I'm going to remove whatever I have in there. And then I'm going to go right in here and I'm going to grab my CSS here that I have for this. Should be, oops, this one here. And I'm probably going to do a selector actually, because I don't think I even tied it to, oh no, it's fine. Okay, so we have the right font. Now I already know that it's set to the right font, so I don't need to do that. Well, you know what, I'll leave it there just in case, screw it. Okay. I'm just taking a look at why this is here. We don't need that there. This one is set for this one. This one is set for this one. And let's go and add our next one here. So I'll have this down in the description so you guys don't have to worry about this. So right now we're going to set a font size. We're going to do about for all this text pretty much, because actually we probably should separate the P, the paragraph, but let me separate some of them. So this should only be applied to the let's see, span maybe as well in the divs. Let's do about 20 pixels. Let's see how that adjusts my text. Ooh, definitely not. So let's do about 15 instead. That's better. I think we were doing 20 though, to be honest. Let's do 18 so it's trying to fit in there. Let's do maybe 17 there. Okay, so that is better. 16. Okay, I think we're going to set that at 16. I just don't like how this is the same size as that, so I'm going to probably shrink that down a bit. I'm going to copy this again, and then I'm just going to do the same sizing for my p tag here. Oops. And let's go ahead and do my p tag. So this one, I'm going to remove all of this, and I'm going to set my p tag. And let's go ahead and maybe do something a little smaller. Let's do 10 or something. Let's do 13. 14.
13 seems pretty good. And let's maybe make this 17. There we go. So now whenever we get to that certain sizing, you can tell. Actually, I probably should have just clicked on one of my products here. And let me click on this one. Oops. So let's shrink this down to where we want it at. How about that sizing? There we go. There we have it. With that custom CSS, we were able to make that look pretty good. Now you can adjust that with the custom CSS. I think you got the idea to adjust the sizing on that. Kind of testing it out here. So everything seems to look good. All right, so that is pretty much it for the video. I'm sure it was a long one, and hopefully you guys did get a lot out of it. If you guys do have any questions on any of this, just feel free to comment down below, and I'll definitely try to help you guys out. You can tell this was very custom, so you guys might have a lot of questions. But if you guys did enjoy this video and if it did help you guys out, make sure to squash the like button. And if you haven't subscribed already, make sure to do so. That'll definitely help me out a lot. Now I do have a Patreon, so if you guys do want to support the channel, I'll go ahead and link that somewhere around here. And that's pretty much it for the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.